the Honorable Minister of Agriculture of Fiji, Bula, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture of Samoa, Talofalava, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture of Solomon Islands, good day. My dear colleagues from, let me think, yes, the French Embassy first, bonjour, and the German Embassy next, guten Tag, and the Spanish Embassy, buenos dias. I'm on holiday already because my last day in the office was last Friday. Hence my very relaxed attire. I didn't wear a tie. So you would forgive me about that. I really wanted nonetheless, even though I'm off duty, to attend this signing ceremony for this new project funded by the European Union in the Pacific on agri-food systems. By the way, I don't know who came up with the acronym, but it's easy to remember. Sustainable Transformation of Domestic Agri-Food System. It reads STDs, so that's fantastic. More seriously, when the European Union works with the United Nations, and we all remember that the Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO, is a United Nations organizations, we always think about the 5 Ps. So it's peace, prosperity, people, the planet, and partnership. And even more so with this project. We have to think about peace because this project addresses the impact, negative impact, on food security of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. With this unjustified attack of Russia against Ukraine, there is a shortage, what FAO aptly labeled the 5F crisis, shortage of food, feedstock, fuel, but also access to finance. So there is this crisis, which is the consequence of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and it impacts very negatively food security and food prices in the Pacific. So this project is a project for peace. It's a project to address the negative consequences of the war in Ukraine until we end this war in Ukraine, which remains the primary objective of the European Union, supported by the whole of the Pacific, which remains the only region in the world which unanimously supports all the efforts in the United Nations General Assembly to bring an end to the war in Ukraine. This project is also for prosperity, because now we all consider that we're fortunate enough to have left the COVID-19 pandemic behind us. But now we face the challenge of recovery, rebuilding after the COVID-19 pandemic. And in all the countries which are the beneficiaries of this project, Fiji, Samoa, Solomon Islands, and I've traveled everywhere, everyone is confronted to the same challenges of the post-COVID-19 recovery. And certainly agriculture is one of the key areas, one of the key sectors where this recovery will take place. So this is a project for prosperity. The next P is the people and the planet. This is a project for the people because we all know that better food, better nutrition of locally produced agricultural products will contribute to improve people's diet and therefore their health, their well-being, their productivity. So this project is a project for the people. And finally, the planet, because here we're in the Pacific, we're in the region of the world which is the most exposed to climate change, and we are at the front line of climate change. So what we need to do is what we're trying to achieve ourselves in the European Union. It's what we promote with the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. It's climate smart agriculture. It's an agriculture or agri-food systems which are resilient to climate change, our farm to fork strategy. And this is for the planet. And finally, the last piece, partnership. This is not the first project we have with FAO in this part of the world. I remember years ago, and you know I've been in this country for 6 years, so that was some time ago, when we had the good fortune of having the visit to Fiji of the Director General of the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. That was back in 2018 for the regional Asia-Pacific conference of FAO. Already at the time, we signed a very significant project on agricultural resilience. So we're not new to partnering with FAO in this part of the world, in the Pacific, and I'm very happy that we can continue this partnership today. So this project is a project for peace, it's a project for prosperity, it's a project for the people, it's a project for the planet, it's a project for partnership. It's a project which will inject 10 million euros, 25 million Fijian dollars, in the 3 countries represented by their honorable ministers, Fiji, Samoa, Solomon Islands, to allow them to transition to smarter, better, more productive, more resilient agri-food systems. So forget about the acronym and think about the substance and how this project has the capacity to change lives. Inakava karibu. Thank you very much. Vatimi. Thank you, Thomas.
Honorable Ministers from the Solomon Islands and Samoa, the Permanent Secretaries and Chief Executive Officers, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Head of the European Union, the Food and Agriculture Organization rep for the Pacific Islands, ladies and gentlemen, Bula Vinaka, and good afternoon to you all. On behalf of the Government of Fiji, and in particular the Prime Minister of Fiji, the Honorable Sitiveni Lingamamanda Rabuka, I warmly welcome you all and thank you for your commitment towards the launch of this project today in Fiji. Ladies and gentlemen, Fiji is honored to be part of the project launch of this 10 million euro European Union funded FAO project on sustainable transformation of domestic agri-food systems in Fiji, Samoa, and Solomon Islands. This project aims at improving the domestic production and consumption by working towards a resilient and sustainable agri-food transformation in Fiji, Samoa, and Solomon Islands. Ladies and gentlemen, the EU has always been a valued development partner for the Pacific region, either bilaterally or through the regional funding allocations for the region. Indeed, the most recent support given to Fiji via the Ministry of Agriculture and Waterways has been the EU FAO funded FIRST program and the technical assistance to the support to rural livelihoods project. Ladies and gentlemen, notable key achievements of these projects were the development of gender and youth in agriculture policies for the first time. In fact, the Ministry of Agriculture and Waterways is leading government in adopting gender-responsive budgeting in the financial years 2021-2022 and 2022-2023 budget submissions, in tackling gender inequalities in the areas of agri-food system. The unique aspect of both projects was the placement of technical advisors in the ministry, working closely with the ministry staff and at the same time building their capacities. This morning we had the launch of the UN FAO Country Program Framework 2023-2027, which was developed after extensive consultations with the 14 Pacific Island countries, including Fiji, Samoa, and Solomon Islands, reflecting their priorities and the needs. The project has been launched today, is aimed at improving the domestic production and consumption by working towards a resilient and sustainable agri-food transformation in the 3 countries and aligns to the priorities identified in the CPF. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to see that the EU has again partnered with the UN FAO to implement this 3-year program, taking advantage of the FAO's extensive technical expertise, know-how, and experience in the Pacific region. I am assured that in addition to technical support from FAO Sub-Regional Office for the Pacific Islands, support will also be rendered from FAO headquarters in Rome, as well as the Asia Pacific Regional Office in Bangkok when needed. I also note that all three project countries have FAO country offices, and they have an important role to play to ensure the smooth and successful implementation of the project at national level. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge that the implementation of the project starts as soon as possible. I also look forward to my team in advancing the work plans through the project steering committee and having constructive dialogue with all parties. With this unique three-pronged approach of the project, we have the opportunity and means to transform our agri-food systems. From my side, I will ensure that my team provides their full support and are able to work with all stakeholders to facilitate the implementation of the project. Finally, my ministry is happy to be hosting the project manager and the team at the ministry, where the FAO country office is also based, and I wish this project every success. Thank you. Waterways.
Good afternoon to you all, our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Minister of Agriculture of Fiji, Honorable Minister of Agriculture from Solomon Islands, His Excellency Sujiro, Ambassador and Head of Delegation of the European Union for the Pacific, His Excellency Lauren Thomas, Deputy Director of the General for the FAO, Madam Mr. Yao, FAO Subregional Coordinator for the Pacific, members of the UN agencies and diplomatic corps, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Talofa lava once again, and greetings to you all from Samoa. It is my great pleasure and honor to be invited to participate in this project agreement signing ceremony. On behalf of the people of the independent state of Samoa and our government, our Prime Minister, Honorable Fiamena Mimita Afa, I would like to thank you all for welcoming Samoa delegation and our ambassador here today, Fionga Leuatea Futuri Elisaya. In November 2022, Samoa, in collaboration with FAO, hosted the Pacific Small Island Development State SID Solution Forum with the theme, Working Together to Leave No One Behind. It was this forum that I was introduced to a member of the EU delegates, and we had a bilateral discussions. I shared with him our goals of fostering rural and community development through the lens of agriculture and fishery sector. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, today it is a vision that become reality with the tremendous financial support by the European Union and the technical guidance by the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. It would be fair to say that we have now get to a big leap forward in fulfilling our goals. Therefore, it is a privilege and honor for me to sign, on behalf of our people and our government of Samoa, the agreement between FAO as an executing agent and the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries as the lead implementation agencies. I am particularly pleased that Samoa could strengthen its partnership with the European Union for the development of our agriculture and fishery sector. I believe that this EU and FAO project is both timely and important, as it will contribute to our sustainable transformation of domestic agri-food system in the free sector selected country, It is also has come to an opportune time as we have just launched the FAO multi-country programming framework this morning. FAO has been an instrumental, great partner in developing our journey for crops, livestock, and fishery subsector for many years in Samoa. And I would like to take this great opportunity to express our continuous profound gratitude to the FAO for their continuous support and valuable contribution towards our sector development in Samoa and the Pacific Island family. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the Samoa Ministry of Agriculture and Fishery will continue to work in collaborations with the FAO and our other development partners to ensure that Samoa is food, nutrition, and income secured. Finally, I congratulate again for the success signing this project between Fiji, Solomon, and Samoa for the worth of 30 million euro. Oh, sorry, 10 million euro. We look forward to start implementation and wishing the very best for our neighbor brothers and sisters in Fiji and Solomon Islands as we embark this new development project. Thank you very much for your attention, and God bless us all. Thank you.
The Honourable Minister of Fiji, the Honourable Minister for Agriculture in Samoa, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure and appreciation to join this signing. I relate my government and my thanks to the EU, European Union, and the FAO. You can count on our commitment to ensure a successful outcome. Thank you very much.